Oh, there you are. Okay, signal is go. Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. This is Dr. Theron Sherman. We are here for another Field Mission with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and 3 months and counting, because that is right, the daily stream streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next approximately 22 to 25 minutes. A short field mission stream today. But before I begin with the stream subject as well as general chatter and Q&A, let me start with some housekeeping. First and foremost, intern Malachi, congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e. congratulations on being first chatter. And then Dr. Wesker, Rune, 053 the Kid, Blue Phantom, Oats, Wesker again, okay, I said that twice, Alki, Amber, Woscom, newly reminted, Reloaded, and Kittyfly. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. I appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns, Mist, Vidos, Huntermark, Ant, Froy, Cosmic Clips, Some Person Perhaps, Hi, Cyan, Mario Super, Pizza Bro, Garcia, and Mounty. Interns, welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here just for being you. Now, today's stream is sponsored by this location that agreed to let me film inside away from the hot Florida sun, air conditioning, beverages of sorts. These are friends of mine known as the Stein and Vine. These are a good place in Tampa, Brandon specifically, for drinks and very, very tasty food. They have a rotating menu. If you're ever in the area, I highly recommend these guys. They're pretty good. Also, a lot of them watch the channel. And so they are here among us, good SCP Foundation staff members. Now, I will tell you, there is in fact an anomalous painting in their vault. By the way, this is the vault. And so this is a view of the location from my perspective. But this here, this fine fellow is actually who we're here to monitor today. You see, this charming anomaly speaks into your mind and is currently having a debate with Brian over the merits of the original Hunter x Hunter anime versus the second release. Now, I don't know anything about what the hell they are talking about, but apparently they are having a very spirited debate, and I hear a buzzing in my left ear that won't shut the hell up. So, note to self, when we come to investigate this anomalous painting in the future, do not bring any other psychics, especially if they are fluent in animes. I do not appreciate all of this being beamed into my skull. It's very upsetting. Now, the final piece of subject that I have for you today is some more social media tomfoolery. Now, Site 42 staff, I'm being canceled again on Facebook. And this time, I didn't even do anything. But if you go to the Site 42 Facebook right now, there is, in fact, a post about SCP-4006, hashtag Massachusetts, the anomaly in which SCP-4006 is documented. Massachusetts is not a real state. It does not exist, or at least DJ told me eventually it ends up existing after the year 2023, but I haven't read the article since before that, so I do not recognize what we're doing with it since. All I know is that up until 2023, SCP-4006 did not exist, and everyone who thought they were living in Massachusetts was actually living on the outskirts. It was a whole mimetic thing. It was a big trouble. But, show of hands in the chat. How many of you knew that Massachusetts considers itself not to be a state, but instead a commonwealth? And show of hands number 2, how many of you knew that if you call them a state, many of them get real butthurt about it? So that's the first people who are canceling me, is the Massachusetts, it's not a state, is a commonwealth crowd. And they are wrong, because I literally said Massachusetts isn't a state. I said it's not real, it's not a state. That's what I said. Nothing to do with being a commonwealth. It's just, I said it's not a state. Technically, I am correct, which is the best kind of correct. Secondarily, I'm being canceled by, God bless them, the boomers. The boomers are listening to me talk about this, and they all think I must be on the SCP-420-J. They all think I must be partaking some sort of psilocybic mushrooms and be high AF at a higher elevation to be talking about such tomfoolery, because boomers do not understand the term acting, I guess. And so that was the second layer of cancellation. But we're not done yet. There's a third layer. We're going 3 dares leap. 3 dares leap. 3 dares leap. Huh. I was going to say 3 layers deep, of course, but 3 dares leap. That's kind of interesting. I'll have to come back to that. But yes, the third layer of me getting canceled is I'm still wearing the tie-dye lab coat because Synth is cutting clips from the Pride Month streams. And oh dear God, the scientist wore a multicolored coat. Let's call them slurs. Just so many slurs. It's ridiculous. And so I'm being 3 levels of canceled on Facebook, and all I can do is laugh because my enemies are so stupid. Please don't judge me by my enemies. I promise I can make better enemies. Please. These are the worst. So yes, in summation, we are at the Stein and Vine in Brandon, Florida, a wonderful haunt for delicious food and beverages, as well as anomalies that we have to monitor from time to time. I am being canceled again, but of course I am just trolling them in the contents because that just means more engagement. What else are we gonna do? And yes, I fly back to Site 42 tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be a very early stream because I have to be dropping off the rental car around 10 a.m. Florida time. So sometimes between 10 a.m. and noon is probably when I will stream from the airport. So expect a morning stream tomorrow. Especially Desk, expect a morning stream tomorrow. Okay, now I'm going to catch up on the donos, and then I'm going to jump into general Q&A for required rest of stream. Desk, it will be between 10 and 12 tomorrow Eastern time. It will be morning Eastern time. Now, Woscom, as mentioned earlier, thank you for re-minting your membership here at Site 42. Welcome back to Level 1 Researchership. 053 the Kid, thank you for your 2 months as an overseer here at Site 42. We appreciate your leadership and your service. Dr. Sherman, you have a Chaos Insurgent behind you and go to court. No, this is an anomaly. This is not a Chaos Insurgent. I can see how you would mistake that because of the black outline. But, yeah, dude, nice to see you, buddy. There we go. Woscom, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as reminting your membership. Grab yourself some duck chili on your way past the commissary. New discovery, SCP-500 can't affect SCP-008-Z. What the fuck? That sounds fake. I would say retest it, but we can't waste the SCP-500. I can't believe you got approval to test 500 in the first place. But no way could we possibly have... SCP-500 cures everything. That's like its whole deal. You must have done it wrong. It might have cheeked the pill and not actually swallowed it. Intern Silierist Goose, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a fish spread on your way past the commissary. Attention, whoever put Club Penguin onto SCP-079, why? Listen, I thought it might chill it out a bit, okay? I thought maybe we give 079 some cute little pensions, and then it stops trying to take over the world. Can you blame a guy for trying? And hey, it's not connected to the internet, at least just the local Ethernet. Intranet. Mark C, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Philly cheesesteak wrap on your way past the commissary. By the way, this is all foodstuffs that I have had here at our sponsor, the Stein and Vine, over the course of this trip, because again, I am friends with these guys, and they have really good food. Only sponsored in that they let me film here, and that's enough. Thank you for letting me film here. Dr. Sherman, this is Researcher Marksy. I cannot say why, but if you do not say, "We got a boogie," in your most serious voice for the next 10 minutes, we will be having an XK. Researcher Marksy, I am the fleetest of foot. I am the Lord of the Dance of the SCP Foundation. There is no time when I do not believe that we got a boogie. I hope that's duly noted for you. Wesker, thank you for your 4 months as a level 1 researcher. Grab yourself some fish tacos on your way past the commissary. 7 minutes. No, the time check is we have about 10 minutes left in stream. 10 minutes. Intern Tibien Riego, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a mozzarella stick on your way past the commissary. Anomalous restaurant, eh? That pizza box SCP isn't there, is it? No, we have SCP-458, the Infinite Pizza Box, in containment. Just because a restaurant is anomalous does not mean that it has an infinite pizza box. There's only one of those to our knowledge. We have not found any more. If we had, we would have contained those too and used them for the on-site pizza parties. Woscom, thank you for sending a promotion to a member of the Site 42 Containment Hazard Assessment Team. If you got that promotion from Woscom, make sure to thank them for their generosity. Chaos Insurgency, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some arsenic on your way past the commissary. They don't have this at this fine establishment, but it's for you, you traitorous fiend. We're selling SCPs on the black market. The hell you are. You're honing in on Marshall Carter and Dark's territory. I don't even want to mess with you. You are going to get screwed so bad. King of ADHD, thank you for your 16 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. We have to put my dog down on Wednesday. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. That is a sad thing. I hope you guys had a very long time of love and friendship. And I do hope that you pay that love forward to the next people and animals that come along your life. Researcher Mark C, thank you for donating again to say, Dr. Sherman, how do we feel about green pants? I don't know, researcher Marksy. How do we feel about green pants, among other colors? I think we feel pretty good about the green pants. Here, here. Way better than we feel about purple shorts. Dr. Sherman leg reveal. Oh, intern honeybees, these strong, strong dance boy legs, as Radiger put it, will be your downfall if you get on the wrong side of the site director. SCP-049 stole the gender switcher again. Well, I'm not back on site until tomorrow, so you all have to deal with it. Have fun. Level 5 access granted. SCP-4006 is the Veil itself. It's the reason we're able to hide the anomalies from the general public at all, despite everything that should have breached the Veil by now. Okay, I certainly don't remember that from the article. Has it been edited? Has it always been that way? Did I just skim it back then? What? I need to look up that article again. Woscom, thank you for sending over, I think it was 24 to 25 100s to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I am sure that they appreciate and will keep it very 100 at your urging. Dr. Sherman, SCP-096, has a gun, and he is pointing it at himself. Well, first of all, intern Bladude Guy, you have failed part 1, which is getting the right proper pronoun parlance protocols. SCP-096 is not a he or a his, it's an it. It is holding a gun and pointing it at itself. All anomalies in containment are its. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. Furthermore, it's not like it's gonna shoot it. It doesn't know how guns work. It is dumb as a doornail. Do not worry, just wait till it puts it down and then reclaim the gun. And possibly, I mean, for you, look at its face since you let it have a gun in the first place. That is a failure on your part, and I don't think such incompetence should be merited at the Foundation. Chaos Insurgent, thank you for donating again to say, gave 999 a gun for testing purposes. Well, that's fine. I already taught SCP-999 how to use a Glock for all of those people who kept trying to put it in a blender. I do hope that it turns it around on you because of your traitorous behavior. Dr. Sherman, can I ask you about SCPs in this stream, or do I have to ask about something else? Intern Vitos, these briefings are definitely for asking about SCPs, as well as the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Dr. Sherman, I'm still in the medical bay. Turns out radiation make clones' hair stick to foam-like material really, really well. And we are thinking of getting a saw because it's not coming off. Radiation makes clones' hair stick to foam-like material. What did your hair stick to? What are you stuck to? And I guess, is your hair or is it part of your body in a weird clone biology manner that we don't understand? My question mark here is, I mean, how bad is it to cut your hair? You should be fine with that, right? I can't get my helmet off. Okay, that is very, very special. All right, duly noted. We'll deal with that with the next clone to be sure. SCP-343 versus SCP-6101, who would win? Well, intern Riddle, SCP-343 is known for being a lazy asshole who does nothing to help anyone ever. Meanwhile, SCP-6101 is the most powerful SCP and has saved the day multiple times using its very, very cool weapons and pet dog friend. So I do believe that SCP-6101 sweeps clearly. Dr. Sherman, how long have you worked at the Foundation? Intern Honeybees, I started as an archivist 11 years ago. No, 12, 13 years ago. Something like that. Hi, Dr. Sherman, what is this black sludge? Intern Cooley, it could be so many things. Do you know how many black sludges there are in the Foundation? It could be runoff from 035, the mask. It could be the sticky barbecue sauce of SCP-106, the old man. It could be the ink blot, SCP-2303. All of these are very dangerous. Do not touch the sticky, icky ink. Black. It's bad for you. Sticky. It could be clown milk, for all we know. Clown milk is icky, sticky, and black. Just stay away from the ichor. Every single SCP-001 versus every other SCP. Well, intern terminal, there is only one SCP-001. There's a whole bunch of proposals, but there's only one actual SCP-001. So you're rather limiting yourself there, although some of them are end of the worlds and therefore can be rather dangerous in and of themselves. I think he's going to try to date SCP-173 again. Well, Dr. Clef's date night with SCP-173 is on Fridays. Isn't it the second Friday of the month or something like that? I forget the exact schedule. But I've seen no sign that Clef is going to stop that, so yeah, of course he is. Chaos Insurgent, thank you for donating again to say, Dr. Sherman, is your pen SCP-067 or just a pen? I do not utilize SCP-067. It is too powerful of an anomaly. I do not use pens that are anomalous or human. I just use pens. What's the screaming tree you're obsessed with? Intern Calicat, you got it backwards. SCP-4521 is the only tree that doesn't scream. That's why we're so mad about it. Oh, by the way, you just reminded me of something. I had to do some research today. A day or two or three ago, here on the channel, but also on all social medias, we dropped our latest our collaboration with Voidster Animation, aka Voidy. We dropped a new Voidy animated Site42 short. Make sure that you go check that out, comment on it, like, share it around, because those going more viral allows me to get the YouTube money to therefore commission Voidster Animations again to keep doing Site42 animated. So spread the video far and wide so that we can keep this going. And thank you for your service, Mobile Task Force Sci-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. I'm not an intern, I'm an anomaly. I guess I have a phone. Please release me, please. Intern Calicat. Anybody who is not a member in the Site-42 Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. chat, is an intern. It doesn't matter if you're an SCP or a enemy group of interest. All of you work for the Foundation somehow because you can't see the stream if you're not a Foundation employee. And you're also interns. You can become a researcher, a Mobile Task Force captain, or an overseer by becoming a member of the channel. But until then, you're an intern. Dr. Sherman, how the hell are you alive after the clown attack? Did you also turn into a clown? Did a mind save you? What happened? Intern Incognito Agent, I see you have missed the last couple streams. While I was in fact terrified for my life from the hunting of the clowns, it turns out that they were in fact nice clowns from the Kooky Clown College, spelled with C's for what I think is very obvious reasons. But no, they in fact taught me the ways of the clown. If I had some proper materials here, I would show you by juggling, because I learned some juggling skills. But Yes, I was released. I had to take an excursion through the back rooms, with which you can find the stream, as well as photography of our cartography of the background segment that led from the clown college through the back rooms to my freedom. So yes, that is what has happened so far, the story so far. Dr. Sherman, question, what was the first SCP you have ever experimented on? Well, intern Mashraki, you could guess this, you could say this in two manners. If you want to say the first SCP I ever wrote documentation for, then that would be SCP-3086. That is the first ever SCP that I typed up the documentation for, or I would say spoke the documentation for, because again, you can't type about SCP-3086. Also, you might say that the first SCP I was ever involved in is the interview I did with SCP-049 in the SCP-049 log. That is the first appearance of Dr. Theron Sherman on the SCP database. So take your pick, 3086 or 049. Is it pizza day? Intern Foam Guy, it is not currently pizza day, but one day soon it shall be pizza day. I want to feed SCP-049, SCP-500 to stop the pestilence. Well, Intern Terminal, it's a good thing that SCP-049 does not have a mouth outside of its mask, and therefore cannot eat. So you can't waste an SCP-500 on it, so good news. Hey, Dr. Sherman, just out of curiosity, what is your favorite color? Intern Alin, I would have to say it's either mint green or gold. Please let me out. Containment is boring. At least I have your videos. That's good, but please let me out, please. Intern Calicat, if you are being contained, it is for important reasons. Trust the Foundation. Dr. Sherman, what you drinking? Also, how long till the end? Intern Vitos, we are currently 2 minutes until the end of stream, and I am enjoying a fine Oktoberfest beverage at the behest of the place that kindly gave me a place to stream while I check on this anomalous figure here. Our sponsors for today's stream, the Stein and Vine in Tampa, Florida. Friends of the channel, very good food and beer. Dr. Sherman, is Brian and the painting still arguing about that anime? Intern High, they have seemingly moved on to a debate in which, no, they're not debating. Oh, thankfully they're not debating. It turns out that both Brian and this anomalous figure are on the anti-side of the what they call lolicon debate. People who are attracted to lollies are weird is what they are now agreeing on, very thankfully. Floating away today, thank you for donating again donating the first time today. Grab yourself a anomalous beverage of your choosing on your way past the commissary. What should we do when the moon finally hatches? Well, it depends on what's in the moon. We have like 4 different anomalies where the moon hatches. There's a lot of moon SCPs, so find the proper documentation. Does the moon have a tag on the SCP database? I'm almost certain the moon has a tag. So check the moon SCPs. Have you heard about the SCP movie, and what SCP do you think is the most interesting to get a show or a movie? First of all, Intern Herman, thank you for sending sparkles to the chat. I'm sure they'll enjoy cleaning up yet another glitter bomb. And I've heard about the SCP VHS movie, but we are still waiting to see if they're going to follow the proper Creative Commons license before we get excited. The movie people have not talked to the SCP Wiki at all, and we want to make sure they're following the rules so we don't have to lawyer up. It's a little worrying right now. It's been so long, I'm starting to think it's trouble. Furthermore, SCP movie that I would make, had I the opportunity, I would focus on a series actually, because I want to make an SCP version of the series Warehouse 13. I think that would be very useful. Intern Cam, thank you for sending a floating heart to the chat. I'm sure they feel the love. Intern Fenrir, thank you for sending a gold coin to the chat. I'm sure they appreciate the spending money. Ah, Woscom, you found the new member emojis. Reminder, we commissioned 41 emojis from Junior Researcher Sally, but the channel does not have enough members to use them all. YouTube locks how many emoji slots you get behind your member count. We need 5,000 green names in the chat to get full access to all of the emojis that Junior Researcher Sally made. So everyone who becomes members is helping us to get more custom emojis in the chat. We already have the emojis made. We just need permission to upload them from YouTube. All right, Site42 staff, we are currently at the end of stream. I'm just checking to see if there's any donations I missed. There are not. So Site42 staff, as always, this has been another field mission with Dr. Sherman. As I do at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs, but I'm not going to tell you my favorites are the ones I wrote. That would be cheating. Amber, thank you for the floating heart, by the way. But if you want to see my SCPs, you can go to my author page on the SCP database, the Sherm's author page in Site42 Hub on the SCP database. While you're on my author page checking out my SCPs, you can also see some links. Those links are very important to some of you, but you have to be smart enough to find them. But I believe in you. I think you can do it. And when you find those links, you'll be able to become a Site42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member if you want to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat, donate to us one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the quickest way to help out Site42 with its field missions, projects, helping out the staff and all that, and we appreciate your generosity. If you can't donate, do not fret. You can also help us as a member of Bubble Task Force Sci-42 coding the signal boosters. For instance, when you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat on the Site42 animated short that we dropped a couple days ago, as well as all of our other videos, as well as the SCP projects we support, like the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, the SCP filmmakers, game devs, animators, podcasters, merch makers, etc. You're helping us to make bigger and better SCP projects in the future. And so we thank you for your generosity, both of funds and effort, depending on which team you fall into, or both. So have you discussed Dark Math films during this stream? Journey of Games, I have not brought up Dark Math today, although Dark Math did have a office hours yesterday that I sent you all to. But because I'm in the field, I could not listen to the whole thing. But I do hope the boys are doing well and look forward to their Kickstarter for their next episode of SCP Academy on the Dark Math Films YouTube channel. Their upcoming SCP live action series needs more support. And now without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-0J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5015, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one. It's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043, Spooky-J, 5015, content warning, last one's read. All right, Site42 staff, this has been another field mission with Dr. Sherman, brought to you by my friends at the Stein and Vine in Brandon, Florida. A beautiful, anomalous eatery. I thank you all for being here for today's short stream, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow for the airport stream. Be safe, be well, Site42 staff, and as always, secure, contain, protect. See you in the next video or stream. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, they will find you acting on your best behavior. Run away from Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. The credit song is the BioShock Infinite remake of Everybody Wants to Rule the World. If you haven't heard that, go listen to that. It's super catchy. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, BioShock Infinite. Tell me what you think in the comments of this stream. See you next time, chat. Secure, contain, protect.